What is going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today when I talk to you about Lucid, I want to go over some of the data points, break it down what's really moving it, and go over everything else you need to know. But first, make sure to hit that thumbs up, and with that, let's get right to it. So today is the big day for the shareholder meeting. It was supposed to start roughly around 4 minutes ago, so I don't really know what's going on about that, because a little bit of backstory, I actually had the intention of live streaming it. So I had it listed and people were already joining, but I had this prepared right here. So I'm sure some of yours may or may not look similar to this, but I have Lucid in two different brokers. One is Wealthsimple right up here. The other one, I didn't get the control number on and is too late to actually get it from them. So I was joining through Wealthsimple and it says voting is closed. I didn't actually vote on a side note because I didn't really see a point, but nonetheless, all you have to do is click here to enter the meeting. So if you click that, it forwards you over to Broadridge. Broadridge does not have Lucid's shareholder meeting listed. So I called the broker that gave me the control number and they said, hey, this is on Lucid's end. So very, very sketchy if you ask me. So the special shareholder meeting that is going to be voting on the reverse stock split, you cannot enter. I don't know if some of you have different circumstances or if it works for you, but I even posted it on Twitter, kind of going over my issue, and a lot of people are liking it. Nobody's saying that, hey, you're wrong or it's working for me. So I think this is a very, very sketchy type of thing going on. But nonetheless, 216 the low, 223 the high, and very low volume. So I think big money is just honestly waiting for the shareholder meeting. A lot of people seem to be under the impression that Lucid is going to cancel the meeting. So I don't know, maybe it not being listed is an indication that they actually canceled it. So that would be pretty positive if you ask me. But yeah, I think at the end of the day, we just have to wait for the 8K that does come out, which gives you the results of the shareholder meeting. Usually that's done within the first 2 days of the shareholder meeting. So yeah, if nobody's able to get in, I guess we just have to wait. But nonetheless, though, moving on, today there hasn't been any news, no SEC filings, a little bit of uncertainty about just generally upcoming Powell meeting. And so Powell is having a speech at the Jackson Hole on Friday. And so a lot of people are just worried that he is not going to pretty much say or allude to a September cut. And in my opinion, the market's already priced in a 25 basis point cut for the September 17th meeting. So this is what's caused a little bit of uncertainty in the broader market today. Shorts are increasing 2.62 million shares. 32.38% of the free float is being shorted. So shorts continue to do its thing. That does work out to be 406.4 million shares overall are being shorted. So definitely it's interesting. One thing to bring up though is I've been starting to look at the flow, and you can kind of generally see that there is a lot of smaller transactions. Some people always allude to that being linked to retail. That isn't. That's algorithmic trading. So algos are in full force. So they are kind of what is really moving. So you have algorithmic trading and shorts for the most part doing all the kind of trading. On a side note, I know I've mentioned this in a couple of videos in the past, but I'm going to be doing a dedicated video to algorithmic trading. So I did launch Moomoo, and they have, algo trading. So I know a lot of retail investors have always wanted this. So definitely sign up for Moomoo. I have a link in the description below. So get that in advance of my video. Then that way you can kind of set up some algorithmic trading behind the scenes. And plus they do have a pretty good promo right now. If you do deposit $100, you get $50 back. So that's a pretty good deal. But aside from all of that, looking at the options, 772,000 in calls, 238,000 in puts. 59% of all the options being done are bearish in nature. And clearly based on the timing of this, so between 10:50 and 10:55, there was 112,000 in premiums, most of which were puts. So I think based on that, people are anticipating for the reverse stock split to be passed In my opinion, I think it will be, unless, like I said, they somehow canceled it. But from the bull standpoint, you see consensus for it to be above 250, bears for it to be sub 2. So right now where we are at, we're kind of level ground. Not all that much in transactions on the secondary market, most of which are sells. Like I said, big money is just kind of holding their breath, waiting. I'm sure a lot of retail are as well. These are all the transactions occurring on the dark pool. And so moving on with it right now at 219. It is trading between this pivot and this S1. So this is looking at the 1-day chart, looking at the 4-hour, just a little bit more finite. It is trading between this pivot and this S1. So 223 is going to be that key pivot, and conveniently that was actually the high. So that's going to be a very strong resistance level. And then 215 is going to be the next strong support. So it's kind of just trading within this set range for today. No new analyst ratings or anything along those lines. So everyone is just waiting for the actual meeting to occur and for us to find out whether we are having a reverse stock split or not. I know there's a lot of different debates on that is good, that it's bad. Some people say that it's going to squeeze prior to a reverse stock split. And I think, just so you are clear, I don't think that is the case. So post reverse stock split, I think if you believe in naked shorting, then yes, theoretically, those would have to be returned, but anyone who is shorting is just going to be still, all their shares is just going to be kind of done at the same ratio, a 1 for 10. So whether you're long or short, it doesn't really make that big of a difference. If you believe in synthetics or naked shorting, then maybe, but I don't think that's really the case happening with Lucid, but I could be wrong. What do I know in life? But on the actual chart, things aren't really looking all that great. It's below the ALMA, showing some signs that it does want to consolidate a little bit further. And right now, based on the stochastic RSI, it is still a little bit overdone, but it's kind of moving up to the neutral category. So it is what it is. We'll just have to kind of wait and see, but it looks as though Lucid's moving up. So maybe the meeting actually did conclude. It wasn't going to be a long meeting. It was only going to be going over a quorum to make sure that they had all that said and it's official, and then they were just going to go over the results of the one and only proposal, which again was that whole reverse stock split. Mark did mention on the last shareholder meeting, or sorry, the CFO did, that their intention was going to be in the beginning of September. That's when they were going to do the whole reverse stock split if it was passed. But in my opinion, just based on the wording, I think they already kind of knew that they had the votes. But let me know your viewpoint on that in the comments below. Are you buying? Are you selling? If the reverse stock split does pass, are you going to buy more, or are you out? I have seen a lot of comments saying that if it does pass, that you're going to peace out and leave, which is fair. I know a lot of just people don't like reverse stock splits. A lot of stocks, once they do that, it's more of a just death sentence in some cases. And shorts love to target stocks that do reverse stock splits. That's why they are increasing at the magnitude they probably are today. So let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. Definitely sign up for Moomoo, like I said, prior to my video where I go over algorithmic trading, and then take advantage of that $100 as well. So it's a win-win. So link to that is in the description below and also the comments. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.